Always tell the masses to watch out for these fake characters that they bring to the scene to tell you they are part of something that was huge. You understand now? This one that you see on screen called Lou Pearman, so-called put the so-called boy band together, the so-called Backstreet and the ImSync. We go get into that and break it down and show you that this is another puppet they put on the masses, and they go tell you like it's so easy to just gather up some boy, put them together and make a boy band. That easy, people, with this so-called Lou Pearman. We go get into it and break it down. Just another psyop on the masses right here.
Now, with the inside story of the man behind two of the biggest boy bands ever. Lou Pearlman created the Backstreet Boys and InSync.
You hear that? He created the ImSync and the Backstreet Boys, so-called. And it's the so-called biggest groups ever, boy band. You understand? No doubt about it, people. And it's fake 100%. And we go get into that.
And he cashed in big on their fame at their expense. Chris Connolly is in Los Angeles with a part of the story you didn't know. Good morning, Chris.
Yes, it's always a part of the story that we don't know inside, coming from these clowns, as you could see with the purple tie on, ready to lie.
Good morning, George, and it's quite a story. It was back in the 90s when the Backstreet Boys and InSync were put together by Lou Pearlman.
Wow.
There was sweet harmony on stage,
Wow.
but discord behind the scenes, as the guys topped the pop charts but weren't getting paid. Turned out there was
They topped the pop chart and wasn't getting paid. And of course, people, they wasn't gonna give you a big so-called boy band without drama behind it. That's how they do it, people. It's nothing but bullshit. It's the same music industry brought those fakers to the table, have them lip syncing on the masses, but you're never gonna get it. You think they really can sing? You're in a world of hurt, people. It's just a fake group. 100%. They put the songs together, the fucking elites, put the so-called music and everything together in a studio, bring it to the masses and bring the face to it, which is the so-called boy band. They all fake. 100%.
going on that nobody knew about other people's money. And the manager they called Big Papa.
Big Papa.
He was the man behind some of the
If you notice them, people, all of them, all they do is flash the signs on the masses, from your Backstreet to your ImSync. All fucking satanic puppets, because they got no talent whatsoever.
the manager they called Big Papa.
Watch them, all of them flash the sign. You see that? This is the so-called Backstreet Boys with all clowns. None of them can sing. All they do is brainwash the youths 100% with your bubblegum songs. There you go. What you think they're doing, people? Flashing the devil horns and the Baphomet sign on the hand. Every time you see them hypnotizing your damn kids. And Backstreet in numerology is 32. Right there on the Freemason number.
Some of the biggest
there you go, people. Baphomet
bands
sign
ever,
flashing.
including two
And
of
what
the
is this they're doing, people? What is this they're doing? You never understand. It's nothing but trash for your youth.
biggest juggernauts of all time. Backstreet Boys.
Take a look at them, people. They made up these characters and bring them to the scene. And of course, there's no way they was going to do this without drama. And take a look at them, people. Just take a look at them and you tell me, what was this they give your kids to listen to right here? Call it Backstreet Boys. You never get it, people. You need to wake up. All fucking sodomites they bring to the table. And of course, it's them groom them. You understand? Groomed by the music industry and Hollywood and put them on the scene, capture your youths. There you go,
And
people.
InSync.
And there you go with the ImSync right here. You never get it, people. This Justin Timberlake grew up in Hollywood. You understand? Brought to you by Disney with Britney Spears and all of them. You never understand. Whose kids is these? Where they get them from? To form the so-called boy band ImSync with its 21 in numerology for your number 3. And this is the biggest puppet right there in the so-called group. It's time for you to wake up. You believe that they can really sing? People never get it, man. Now and then you hear some artists come out and they sound the same as another artist. What do you think, people? They're the one who make the voice. You're not getting it, people. They're the one who make a Justin Timberlake voice sound like it is. The Justin Bieber, all of them. That's what you need to know, people. All of them is fake artists they bring to the masses. Just puppets. They don't have to have no damn talent. There you go, people. What is this right there they give you? Who sit there and watch these people doing these funny ass moves? You think that's dancing? You're dumb as a box of rocks, people. What is this right here? Is this dancing? Dumb down the fucking youths, man. And I told you already, people, the boy bands, They are the worst. 100%. They're just dummies jumping around on the masses, taking your kids for fools. What is that? That's dancing?
The strangest part of the whole boy band world is that the two huge boy bands were created by this great big dude from Queens.
Wow, you hear that, people? It was created by this great big dude from Queens. Just pop out of nowhere and creating boy band, put them on, and they become mega hits. You believe that, people? You better wake your ass up, people. The music industry is the devil run it. 100%. They give you nothing but deception.
It's money from blimps.
In the early 90s,
There you go, people, with your Lou Perry, Hugh Pearlman. There you go, right there, people. In the Hawaiian shirt, they're fooling the masses. That's how they do it, people. Just like you see they pop up with a Harvey Weinstein and tell you it was making all these movies in Hollywood, and they call it out for sexual harassment and the Me Too. The same type of shit they do with these dudes. They just pop them out of nowhere and start bashing them.
Perlman was running a blimp business when he
You hear that?
decided to
He was running a blimp business. You know what's a blimp? Something that do commercial that float in the sky. What the fuck is that got to do with artists jumping around and singing? This is garbage. This is how they paint the dummies for the masses. They buy it and run.
wade into the boy band business
There you go.
after seeing the hottest act at the time, New Kids on the Block.
You see? You just see New Kids on the Block, another sets of puppets. You never get it, people. What kind of singing is these? What kind of music? You never understand. The boy bands, like I don't tell you, they are the fakest. You understand? They don't sing none at all. That melody that you get from the song is all made up in the studio. You're not getting it. Wow.
I was invited to come down to one of the shows.
Yeah.
All the screaming. I was like, my God, what's going on here? And
You
these
hear
little
that?
pennies.
This is how they do the masses. Just that alone. He went to a boy band concert, New Kids on the Block, and automatically, bam, he turned on and go form a group himself. More than one. And they're gonna be bigger than the one that he actually watched that turned him on. It's bullshit, people. Wake your ass up.
T-shirts and hats and chains and posters. I was like, man, this is exciting. I mean, not to mention, okay, there's a tinkle to the cash register, no question
Wow,
about it.
yes, it's a
Unbelievable.
tinker to the
With a
cash
keen eye for
register.
casting, Perlman launched Backstreet Boys.
You hear
And
that? He just launched Backstreet Boy right quick. Just out of the blues, people. Why you believe in these stories that they give you? You're not getting it, people. He just rise up. He just put on a boy band real fast because he watched one real fast. Dumb on.
later in sync,
There you
both
go.
groups
Nothing but
skyrocketing into the pop music stratosphere. Perlman
Skyrocketing.
launched
Watch
Backstreet
this.
Boys, and later in sync, both groups
Watch this right here. What you see with the Backstreet Boys on it. The Freemason bricks, and people never know this. They're trying to show you they're the one who got them. They can't sing to save their life.
skyrocketing into the pop music stratosphere.
There you
The
go.
money started rolling in for
Yes.
Perlman, but
Yes,
for the
money
bands,
start to rolling in for Pearlman. You're not gonna get it, people. It's nothing but a hoax. 100%. It's the same music industry control those guys. They're the one who put them on. 100% in.
something didn't add up.
I was in the biggest band in the world and selling millions of records. And
And there you go, people. They post them up. They're selling millions of records after dumb people, but you never get it, people. They got drama. With all of these shit that they got for the masses, come with
I was
drama.
making millions and millions, but I can't even afford my apartment in Orlando. I couldn't even get a car.
Backstreet's out there
That's
bringing
because you never sing one song for real. None of those songs belong to you. You never write one song. Of course, that's how it is. Just a front, a puppetry.
in millions and millions of dollars, and then they find out that Lou has taken $10 million for himself and left $300,000 for them
Of
to.
course, 300,000 is according, but take a look at them, people. Every time you see them, they look real to you. Wow, people just dumb. What they look like to you, people. They are all fake characters, 100% in. And like I tell you, they got no talent.
Split amongst themselves. They said they began to feel like indentured servants.
They all wound up in highly
There they
publicized
go, people. Look at them. They're just clowns on the masses. And of course, they do a good job dumbing down the youths.
legal battles.
When we wanted to renegotiate, it was just a hard
Nothing
no.
but bullshit. And got the sunray on the shirt, all by design.
Sized legal battles.
When we wanted to
There we go. Right there.
renegotiate, it was just a hard no. That's when Lou changed from Jolly Lou to here's business Lou. Lou,
Jolly Lou. And there you go, people, with your ImSync. You notice what it is? You see the star right there? What it represent? The fallen angels. Those are the ones who put them on. Not the so-called Lou Pearlman. That's what you need to know, people.
Sued us
Wake
for
your
our
ass
name.
up.
He was the sixth member of the group, and he owned
Sixth member of the group, coded.
the name NSYNC. So he took our name, so we
Yes,
could
he
never
took
use
the
it.
name.
That's why we ended up in court.
Wow.
It wasn't just music.
Wow.
So he took our name, so we could never
He took the name, and that's why they end up in court.
use it. That's why we ended up in court.
And it wasn't just music where he was raking in the cash. At the same time, Perlman was luring investors into what he claimed was an empire under a
You
brand.
believe that, people? Here you go with your so-called Continental. Wow, they're fooling the masses. That's what you need to know. You believe that somebody could just come up with an airline and a photo and tell the people, oh, we got an airline going on and the whole world believe it? You need to wake your ass up. It's not that easy.
And he called Transcontinental.
Trans. Why you think he call it trans? Just like your transports, your transgender. That's how it is, people. 100%. What does that tell you? When you see this word trans in this new world order, it means they switched up gender. So what they give you for those so-called boy band? That's the question you need to ask. Why they come from trans? Dumb on.
Transcontinental companies. It's a conglomerate.
Transcontinental.
And what we have, for example, is Transcontinental Airlines, Transcontinental Foods.
You hear that? He show you that he got an airline, even steakhouse and everything else. But they can't confirm it and they still just believe it that he own an airline. Wow, this is dumb.
Continental Entertainment.
But U.S. Attorney Roger Handberg says it was all
Nothing but another faker they bring to the table. Always in these flowers-looking shirt, sun ray in the background. It's just a faker, people.
part
Wake your
of a
ass up.
big fraud.
Transcon was a con all
You
the
hear
way
that?
through.
Transcon is a con. Just like all of those so-called icons that they give you. You need to wake up, people. It's nothing but satanic shit they give you right
Transcon
here.
Airlines had no airplanes, had no employees, had no revenues, had no contracts with airlines.
In the documentary,
Somebody please tell me, how the fuck did he make a boy band? How did he make those two boy band to hit? You're not getting it, people. It's nothing but fakery. They give the masses.
Boy Band Con,
100%.
the Lou Pearlman story, produced by Lance Bass of NSYNC.
Yes, and of course they're promoting a documentary. Wow, by this one right here, your so-called Lance with the funny color hair. It's nothing but fakery, people. But of course, they're pushing it now because they have a documentary coming out and they want the dumb masses to go up and watch it. Of course, they go catch you again.
By Lance Bass of NSYNC. Perlman's childhood friend shows how Perlman was able to
Right,
perpetrate
sure.
a con by using
bullshit.
a Model 747, a real airport, and some deceptive photography.
Wow, he used some photography, some on the real airport, and all of a sudden, bam, he have a fucking airline. People just dumb, man. They never get it. You believe that he could have passed that off on the peoples? You better wake up,
We
people.
never, ever flew on a transcontinental airplane. We would
Transcontinental,
fly to different places over in Europe, and we'd always be on these Delta flights, you know, in coach. And I always thought it was weird that someone that was in the airline industry couldn't
How you just come to it that he in the airline industry because he tell you? This is dumb shit right here, people.
help us out
It's
a little
all
bit,
lie.
get into places.
Authorities believed Lou Pearlman had engineered a massive Ponzi scheme
Wow.
and went after him.
Wow.
About 8 days after I
Do you
opened
believe that, people? He got a Ponzi scheme going on after he just pulled out the two biggest boy band. Wow, in history, basically. And all of a sudden, he start doing con. Wow, that's some dumb shit for the masses. But like I say, he made a good movie or a fucking documentary that they got coming out right now on the masses. That's how they fool
our
you.
investigation, Lou Pearlman
Oh,
fled
Lou
the country.
Pearlman. Bullshit. Yes.
And you'll hear a
He
whole
fled the country, and I told you, yes, they're going to leave you right there. Yes, because it's anticipation to watch the documentary. Get out of here, people. It's nothing but fakery, and I told you, all of them is fakers. This a devil puppets bring on all those boy bands to the table. That's what you need to know, not a Lou Pearlman. That's what you need to wake up on. They are all fakers and the masses, just fronts for the devil people. I'm gone.